You know a
Yeah.
few things, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fucking expert.
Would
Oh,
you
Ghost Ninja's in the house.
sub Ghost Ninja,
That's David. David Durant.
David Durant?
So anyways, they have a loyal, I guess, um, group of people. I hated the beta, to be honest with you. I even talked about it at extensively with Neej and stuff. I didn't really like it, and then once like I got towards the last time I played it, I was like, there's something to it. And then once we got it, it's like, man, I just want to play it more and more. But it just seems like even since you and I've been playing, they dropped the duo queue, which that was good for us because we always just play you and I. And then and that was on perimeter, which is like the first map that you learn. And then they just dropped the ranked yesterday, ranked mode, and then they unlocked that new map that's like apparently like a raid kind of style from Destiny, and there's different like puzzles and different shit, but there's like extra loot there. That's the cryo archive.
Yeah, I saw that. Looked cool.
That's that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, it looks pretty badass. I know we're not that high level yet. We're not high enough. I think we're like level 12 or something.
Yeah, we still got some grinding to do in that game before we're there, but um, it sounds cool. Like when I read the description, I was like, yeah, that seems pretty awesome. Gives you something to work towards.
Yeah, and people are saying, the map and everything is sick. They're saying it's pretty sweet. Do you wanna? I guess I could just throw on the launch trailer really quick too. Uh, but no, everybody's saying it's badass, like for sure.
I think so.
It's just fun. The gunplay, man, minute to minute, it's way better than Arc Raiders. Fucking third person shit.
Welcome, runner. There is no silence in these ancient halls. No virtue, no remorse. Its secrets, its past, your future. Every death, every sacrifice, every violent lesson so painfully learned. Such suffering, such ambition for glory in the face of unknowable terror. The marathon is waiting. So please, do scream.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
badass, I think.
yeah. I think like the whole art styles went from. Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Yeah, no. I think the whole art styles went from being like stupid and kind of what people didn't really understand to being like probably one of the most unique, kind of cool things out there. I that's what I think anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I think they did a good job with their creative license to make a unique atmosphere in the game.
Yeah, I mean it's got a lot of wild colors and everything, but once you get into it, it's like super immersive, and there's things you're like interested in because you don't understand, you want to go check out and stuff. It's different than our graders where I don't know, you just kind of feel like you're running in to check the drawers in any building you come across type of thing. I don't know how else to really explain it. And then it's based kind of more on crafting where I never really feel like when we lose shit in marathon where I'm like, oh fuck. And also like in marathon it's just kind of like understood that most of the time you're probably going to throw down with everybody that you come across. And then there's only been one time now that everything's kind of like changing a little bit within marathon where we had those people saying they don't trust us and they've been talking to us on proximity chat now, and that's been pretty cool. But yeah, apparently that new map has like 6 intersected like different wings, like all these vaults with like a bunch of sick ass loot, but you need like security clearance progression, and there's all these puzzles and shit.
Yeah, it's I mean it's cracking out to be a pretty awesome game. I'm pleasantly surprised with it myself because I was one of those people too that I didn't like necessarily the way it looked. It seemed like too vibrant of colors and things like that. But like you said, it just gets cooler the more you play it. And yeah, it's totally grown on me. And I think that it's way more intuitive to play than Arc Raiders for me.
But see, yeah, and it's a little more. It seems a little more hardcore in the sense of PvP and stuff, like
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's fun to shoot the robots and shit. They can open doors and stuff for sure, but like when we have to reposition based on what we're trying to do because we hear other enemies and stuff, dude, and you haven't even seen that one level yet. And I'll just spoil it, but like half the time it rains lava.
Damn.
It's cool as hell,
We're
and
going to have
that's not
to play
the
that.
new one. Yeah, I know we gotta. I guess we fucking picked to do this tonight rather than play or whatever. But for now, but yeah. So I don't know. Um, I think our creators is gonna have to really have a badass new map and some maybe stuff as far as lore to go with it. Um, because there's just so many cool, like interesting things about Marathon right now that I just rather play that for sure.
Yeah, I'm very much in the same boat there. I tried playing Arc Raiders the other day, and it's not like it's bad or anything. I just couldn't get into it, man. Um, it just it didn't draw me in. It felt boring, honestly, for me to go from Marathon back to Arc Raiders. And I mean, I don't know if it's just the social aspect of the game that I don't really particularly care for in Arc Raiders. Or if it's just the game style. If you know how it moves a little bit slower, you have to kind of take your time a little bit more every place you go, only to raid like the same loot. Um, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just I've played it a little too much, but Marathon, it seems like it's something new every single time I play it. But
Yeah, and like there's different. I don't know. It just seems like it's when you really think about it, it's kind of like geniusly paced, honestly, where you are more scared of the AI, but if you shoot some of the AI, then more so than like our graders, some dudes that spawn on the other side of that mountain peak over there just heard y'all shoot. And so, you know what I mean? That's what I noticed with Marathon. Like, we really have to reposition fast. It's more like, yeah, Halo and Destiny. And I've always kicked ass at those games and loved them. And I don't know. I think Marathon's gonna start fucking just going straight up.
I think so too. I mean, you heard it here first. We're we're I think so. I've been shit on by like all my friends for playing it lately. Um and I think it's cool, but they have no real rhyme or reason as to why they hate it. They're like, oh yeah, I played it. I couldn't really tell you why I dislike it, and I'm like, just give it some time. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Just keep playing it.
Yeah, I think like, and I don't really know how to explain it, but I mentioned it to somebody where it doesn't just completely throw you into like the most shitty of situations with other players right out of the gate, and so you kind of have a slower, more like single player vibe to it at first, where there are other players, but based on I think your level, it doesn't put you in there with a shit ton of people like your first, until you're whatever level it was and shit. And that helps you kind of get a grasp for the world. But then like once you start leveling up and shit, it gets fucking cool as hell. And there's just crazy interactions between playing off the robots to hiding from them to not letting like I mean it's just it's different than Arc Raiders because it's the guns just feel more satisfying and the gunplay is just more fun, I think.
I think so too. It's unique too because you don't really see like a lot of the designs and everything that you'd see in Marathon, and like I can't really honestly tell you what game has like some of the weapons that like Marathon has in it. Even the knives are really fun to use. Um, but yeah, I'm really stoked to keep playing more of it because yeah, so far it's really enjoyable for me. It's it's a good game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've had fun with it,
Yeah.
but I mean, we gotta probably get a lot better at it and shit, which eventually we will. And but it's cool going at it slow too, because I don't want to burn through the mythos and everything. It'd be cool as we kind of like build our shit up and then learn how to do that new hard ass shit.
Hmm.
But it's
Yeah.
also cool to see like their direction where they're going. That's what I think that like Arc Graders loses out on.
Yeah, there's definitely more of a direction with Marathon. Uh, I like it a whole lot better in terms of I mean there are levels to it, and our creators it felt like the more levels that you would unlock in your skill tree, that I mean it felt like that was it, or like the
And they didn't really do shit.
no, and then like the weird objectives really didn't give you a whole lot. It'd give you maybe a skin, and that was it.
Well, it was almost kind of like a game in beta too. Remember, you just walk up to an area and hold a button, and it was like, okay, so like this obviously isn't like a main part of the game, but it is. Like these quests are lame as fuck compared to Marathon. You have six different like factions, and they all make you do different shit. And the one faction's like totally nuts and makes you jump off buildings and take fall damage and shit, and forces you to play different ways. I don't know. It's just kind of cooler.
Yeah, I think so. It also the different play styles. I think that that's really that's what sealed the deal for me. Is it gives you a style to play as that in Arc Raiders you're just a raider and everyone's virtually the same as you, but in you know in Marathon it's like you could play as like all the different shells, and they all have unique abilities, and you have to get really good at those unique abilities, otherwise you're just simply not going to survive for any amount of time. And, yeah, I thought it just adds a dynamic. It's cool.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I mean, with the different, I